Hello, today we're going to talk about how YouTubers just lie to you when they say, just subscribe and you'll get a nice little reward. So, let me tell you a little story about YouTube. Now, YouTube has a little thing known as privacy features. And these things effectively make it so that while YouTube knows who you're subscribed to, while YouTube knows your watch time, all the things you watch, they tend not to give it to creators just for free. Now, of course, if someone pays for it, then that's a different story. But the point is, they don't tend. If I go into my analytics, I don't tend to see all people's information. And one of those things, which is preset, is subscriptions are kept private. So what this means is that if you subscribe to someone, while they can see someone has subscribed, they can't see who. Now, this can be very beneficial. Maybe you don't want to, tell people just your subscriptions, because it also means all we have to do is click on your profile and then they can see who you're subscribed to. So you see what this means is that, let's say I go into my subscription tab and I go, oh look, someone subscribed, but I can't see who it was. But let's say I've said in a video and the next person to subscribe wins $1,000. Now if I said that, I'm lying, because that's not true. So instead, YouTubers frame it as a random person who subscribes within the next 7 days will get $1,000. And that means that they can technically lie to you, because you will never be that person who selected, because your subscriptions are not public. And that's a problem because, well, you are going to continue to possibly subscribe on all these different accounts, and you're never going to be selected because they're never going to know who you are. And because they can never know that you were the one who subscribed, they can never give you that reward, effectively meaning that they can just give it off to the people who are publicly subscribed. Which is why, when you see channels that say this, it is just incredibly annoying for me to see, because you can imagine a ton of people subscribing because they think I am in the chance to win a bunch of money, but they're actually not, because they don't have public subscriptions on. The fact of the matter is that ultimately, if you say this, you are a liar. You are tricking your viewers into thinking that they will be in a chance to win money if they subscribe to you, when they're not. Turning on subscriptions is a choice. You must do it yourself. So, without doing it yourself, if you just open up YouTube and you think, oh, if I just subscribe, so what do you do? Oh, well, of course, you're not signed in right now, but of course, you can remember that. So you create an account and, oh, look at that, and there we are, subscribe. Boom. You've just earned a subscription if you're that YouTuber, but what we haven't earned is someone who's going to get £1,000 or 10,000 quid. They're not going to be in a chance to be in one of your videos because of the privacy settings YouTube automatically sets. That creator is not going to know who just subscribed to them. They're going to get a nice little subscription and a nice person who thinks they might be in the chance. And that person may continue to make money accounts, but the person will never ultimately get it. This, of course, is in addition to an issue when it comes to how do you transfer money to someone you don't know? Maybe this is not how it works. At this point, I'm actually unaware. But as far as I can tell, if I open a YouTube channel, I do not know their information. I know their channel. I know that it's them who subscribe, but they could be a bot. How am I supposed to know? I mean, some channels have an email in them, but once again, that's a personal choice. You have to put that in there. So if I was to subscribe to a YouTuber right on this account and they were to have said, oh, the next person or the random person in the next week is going to get £1,000, I might be in the running because I have public subscriptions on. I also have an email in my description, so that person could technically click, oh, you're the winner, boom, and then we scroll down and there is your email and send you an email. Just do this. Of course, that means try for scams. Whenever YouTubers do this, there's always massive scams involved because people pretend to be those YouTubers and they're like, oh, you've won. Just send me this information, and boom, there you go. You've given them the information you need to give. Now they can hack you, or they can, just ask you to send them a processing fee or something like that, which basically is a scam. So it makes scammers' jobs far easier, because imagine you get a call from someone or an email from someone who says they're a YouTuber and that you've won money, and the YouTuber never said in their video there was a chance you'd win money, and the scammer's like, it's a surprise. Are you really going to trust them? You may not, and that means it's kind of a waste of a scammer's time if you don't. But if a YouTuber has said in their video, oh, the next person will get this, ultimately you're more likely to trust that scammer, aren't you? You are. So ultimately the problem with this, to sum it up, is that it leads to scammers having a field day, because everyone believes the scammers because the YouTuber said there'd be a reward, and now the scammer saying there'd be a reward. It's not like a big surprise. The YouTuber said it on their YouTube channel. It's a YouTuber, right? Also, the YouTuber doesn't know who subscribed unless they've set subscriptions public, which doesn't happen ordinarily. They also have to have some sort of identification, which is like an email, which once again doesn't happen automatically. You have to set that. So ultimately, I really hate that, because I can just imagine the amount of people who get subscribed and don't get anything out of it because they didn't know you had to set up all these things. And of course, YouTubers are never going to tell you need to set all these things, because if they do, then what are you going to do? Set them all up just to be in the running to win all this, and you have to go through all this trouble, and then you have to give away your private information to everyone on the planet. Like literally anybody who clicks on your profile knows who you're subscribed to and knows your email. No, most people are not going to do that. Also, most people are going to click out of a YouTuber video before they can finish explaining it, so, ultimately, they're not going to listen. So my final words on this is simply this. The next time you're looking at a YouTuber and they say, just subscribe, and you're given the chance to win this money, well, just think, no, you won't. And don't trust that YouTuber, because ultimately, they are lying. They are trying to hide the truth from you. That is just the fact that they are not going to be thinking about you. They're going to be thinking about the people who have information in their description and are publicly subscribed, which is a number far lower than the amount of people who will actually subscribe.